What's up, y'all? Shoe Booty Sports coming at you Tuesday night, episode 78 for you folks keeping up at home. This is your host, Graham Powell, co-host Bradley Brown. Say what's up, Brad.
Did you, what's up? Did you forget your name there?
I did, yeah, I guess so. Uh, it's been a
All
long,
right.
9 days. That's going to be my excuse. But yes, Graham Powell, Bradley Brown. Yeah, Shoe Booty Sports. Tuesday night, again, still Tuesday night. Quick shout out to our sponsor, Rhino Races. Shoe Booty Sports is presented by Rhino Races. Rhino Races is a virtual race series that offers 5 different races: a 5K, 10K, half marathon, a marathon, and the Rhino Ultra. See details at rhinoraces.com. You can sign up for one or all 5 of their races there at rhinoraces.com. Run your race at your convenience, track it with your fitness app, and screenshot your results as proof of completion. Submit those results under the submit results section at rhinoraces.com. Once your results are verified by Rhino Races staff, your award will be shipped to you by mail. Also, check out their gear section for t-shirts, wristbands, decals, and more. And you can find Shoe Booty Sports on Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts, the Wisdom app. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and follow us on Twitter at Shoe Booty Sports. So, big news: NFL draft coming up Thursday, but big news before that. Breaking yesterday, Aaron Rodgers finally to the Jets. It's a done deal.
It's about time.
Yeah, a lot was made. A lot's been made about how much the Jets have given up for it. And just based on the way everybody's talking about it and the articles I've read, you'd think it was just this astronomical amount. To me, I didn't really think it was that much for Aaron Rodgers.
No.
I mean, you may only get him for, I don't know, what,
2 years
two,
max.
2 years? Yeah. But you gave up a one, potentially, all you did was swap ones. Like you swapped ones, you dropped down 2 spots if you're the Jets, and you gave up a conditional first round pick and a second round, like a couple of second rounders. I guess everybody's making a big deal about the first round pick, but it's Aaron Rodgers, man. Like that's the one thing that the Jets are really missing is a franchise quarterback, a top tier quarterback. And now they've got that. If you got to give up one first rounder essentially to do that, I, I don't even if it's for 2 years, I don't see what the big deal is there. Uh, I know first, second round picks are very valuable in the NFL, but it's Aaron Rodgers, man. Come on. And they were saying, and in the article I read today, it said, and Rodgers, they at least said by his standards, had a down season. He had 26 touchdowns and 12 picks. And that's a pretty good season for most quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So is it Super Bowl or bust now if you're the Jets?
Yeah. It's got to be.
Yeah. I don't think that fan base is going to be happy with just making the playoffs, right?
No, I mean, they should be, but no, they won't be.
Yeah. I haven't checked the odds or anything, but I imagine this will put them in the discussion among Super Bowl favorites. But where would you kind of where would you kind of put them in the AFC right now? Would you are they top 5? Are they top 8?
I'd say they got to be top 5, I would think.
Well, let's see. It's Kansas City, right? I'll take Kansas City. I'll take Cincinnati over the Jets. That is.
Yeah.
Like the Jets are a good team. They just need a quarterback. They just couldn't score. Like I think they lost like 6 straight, averaged like 15 points a game in their last 6 games or something like that. So that's what you're missing as a quarterback. Hopefully he gets in there. I'd say top 5, maybe like right at 5. I'm not going to put them ahead of Buffalo, even though Buffalo isn't going to be as good.
Yeah.
They've
Would you
already
put them
lost
ahead
a
of
decent.
Miami?
Ooh, I don't know. That's
I don't know. They might be 5 or 6.
yeah. I was
Because,
gonna
yeah,
say
K.
if they're top 5, they're right at 5. Because if I just sit there and look at the list of teams, I'm gonna say I don't think they're better than them. But just 3 off the top of my head, and I would take I'd probably take with a healthy Tua, which who knows if that's going to last.
Yeah.
I'll say Miami. I'll take Miami over the Jets, but I don't know that the Jets have a good roster, man. I mean, they got a good roster if they can stay healthy. Big if I know.
I don't know, man. They might be top 8. I don't know about top 5.
Yeah, they may be around that 6 range,
Yeah.
but hopefully he gets in there and gets to work, gets kind of acclimated with that team. And somebody made mention about him. Should he show up for like a home Knicks game or something? I think that would be pretty cool to just go into a Knicks game, get down there at courtside, especially since the Knicks are probably going to move on to the second round. It's been a long time since that's happened. So we're going to hear a lot from Knicks, a lot of Knicks fans coming out of the cough button woodworks or alleys or wherever they come out from in New York. But it's been an interesting playoffs. But we'll jump to that in a bit. Yeah, Rodgers to the Jets. That's finally happened. Only took about what 7 weeks since it was made public, at least by Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. Feels like it was longer than that, but yeah, I'd say about a month and a half.
Yeah, that was my kind of big takeaway from it, though. Everybody making a big deal out of what all the Jets gave up to get him, and I was like, that's probably. I mean, I would have given up the same thing. I can't say a conditional first round pick is really all that you is the big thing. I mean, yeah, you lose some two second rounders, and you swapped picks in this year's draft, literally 2 whole spots. So, and you got a quarterback anyway, so it's not like you're going to go. It's not like you're going to go after one of the 5 that might end up being taken in the first round, which is it's pretty wild to kind of think about. Gosh, 5, but potentially could go in the first round. But we'll get to that in a bit. Let's talk NBA playoffs right now. Man, it's been good. It's been NBA playoff basketball. The most entertaining to me has been Lakers Grizzlies. I've been staying up way too
Dude,
late every
way
night
too late.
watching playoff basketball. And of course the Lakers games are always dead last. And I had to stay up. I had to stay up and watch it, man. It was that good. LeBron putting up 20 and 20, 20 points, 20 boards. Uh yeah, AD's looking like AD. Uh gosh, how about did you watch last night's game?
Yes. Yes, I
Yeah,
did.
Austin Reeves, D'Angelo Russell. Austin Reeves, man, the kid from Newark, Arkansas, out there showing out. Gonna get a big payday after this season.
Oh, yeah.
That's got to be wild, right? Like playing ball in Newark, Arkansas. Oh gosh, I can't remember the name of his school. Cedar Ridge, I think it was his high school where he won a state championship. But
Where is that? Is that Northeast?
yeah, like north, like around kind of like the Batesville ish area, around that region.
Yeah.
But it's that's got to be wild, like playing basketball out in the country like that in that little old town in Arkansas, and then you're playing alongside LeBron, and LeBron's talking about you in like in post game pressers and all about that, about how impressed he is with you. Gosh, that's got to be cool, man. But that's been the most interesting series. I'm not surprised. I thought it would be a 7 game series. I think Memphis will win game 5. It's back at Memphis. I'll take Memphis in that.
Yeah.
But it may be over in 6. I mean, I'll still say Lakers in 7, but Lakers could close this out in 6. I wouldn't be surprised by that. But that's been the most entertaining. But it's been playoff basketball, man. Miami up 3-1 on Milwaukee. That's wild. I mean,
Yeah. Who's seen that coming?
well, if Giannis isn't playing, I guess, but still, that the Bucks are a good team. It wasn't that long ago though that the Heat were in the NBA Finals. You know, it was the bubble season, but still, it was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
3 years ago they were in the finals, and you still got kind of a lot of those guys. I mean, you got Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo. Uh, yeah, but when Giannis isn't 100% at the Heat, gosh, that's a tough 8 seed. I mean that's just a tough 8 seed, man. Still to be up 3-1 though, that's surprising. Warriors Kings though, I was pretty spot on about that last week, right? I wasn't nervous at all. I was like, yeah, down 2-0 as Warriors my finals pick. Still, they're still my finals pick. Um, yeah, I figured they would do what they did, take care of business at home, and now you just got to go prove that you can win one on the road, and that's been very tough for them to do. And the Kings can score. I mean, they're a pretty entertaining team to watch. Malik Monk had a pretty good game last game. De'Aaron Fox looked good early, cooled
Yeah.
down a lot at the end, but yeah, Draymond. It doesn't like. I mean, that might have been the best thing he could have done. You know, like, excuse me, cough button. Is get kicked out of game 2 because it showed Steve Kerr, hey, he looks a lot better in this series coming off the bench. Like that might have been the best thing he could have done for them because that opened that door to for that to happen, and they've been better in this series ever since. And Draymond's embraced it. He's come in and played very well off the bench. Had a huge block at the end of the game. Oh gosh, what was it, Sunday or was it last night? Or was it yesterday?
I want to say it was last night.
Yeah, yeah, had a huge block at the end of the game, and yeah, Dove's got it done, evened it up to go however many miles up the road to Sacramento. It's not like they have to go that far, right? Um, so did the Celtics beat the Heat or beat the Hawks tonight? Looked like they did.
No, no, they
What?
did not. They did not. Young hit a go-ahead 3 with like 1 point something seconds left or something like that.
Like you're not jerking my chain right now.
Not jerking chain.
I'm still gonna look
Celtics
it up.
lost.
Oh, yeah, they did. 119, 117. Wow. Yeah, I stepped away from that one thinking just, yeah, I mean, Celtics got this. I went and ate some food and made a little decaf coffee and yeah. All right, Nuggets and Timberwolves at the half. Denver up 48-47. They've had some really good games. I mean, these have all been some pretty good games. There've been a couple that haven't been close, but all in all, it's been playoff basketball. Suns and Clippers right now. That's going to be fun to go watch after we get out of here. But and then of course you got the inside the NBA crew afterward, and seeing Chuck and Shaq rip on Derek White the way they did, Charles Barkley. Like, is this Stephen A? Because I hadn't seen Derek White without his headband either, and
Yeah, it's
that's kind
wild
of
looking.
and for Chuck to say Stephen A, man, that was great. Oh, that was fantastic. They just kept going. That's it's such a good show, man. Love playoff basketball for the basketball, and then the halftime and post game talk with Charles and crew. Such a good time of year. Such a good time of year for hoops. And all right, so I was gonna say before the Celtics lost tonight, I wrote it down just assuming Boston was gonna win it tonight. So are the Celtics the favorite? I mean, they just the clear favorite in the East now. That's who I would have said. I mean, you're still up 3-2, but that's a little discouraging to see that you lost that when you seemingly had it. At least while I was watching tonight.
Yeah, they had a pretty good lead at one point.
Well, yeah, that's kind of what made me want to step away from the TV. Like, oh, they got this, and I just wasn't going to worry about it anymore. But
Yeah,
I
it's
would have
like the
said this.
Lakers the other night whenever they got ahead by almost 30 points in the first quarter, right?
I knew that wasn't going to last though.
Yeah.
That's like when Arkansas jumps out to a 20-point lead on somebody in SEC play. You're like, yeah, when's the run coming?
We're gonna lose by 10.
Yeah, when's it? It's usually the second half. The other team comes out and all right, they just went on an 18-3 run. I knew that wouldn't last. You didn't think that would last.
No.
I was like, it's going to be hard for Memphis to overcome, but still, I figured they would close the gap sooner or later, and they did.
Well, John
But
Morant did. But yeah, Grizzlies did.
well, Desmond Bain had a game last night, had 30 something points. But I mean, Ja played well too, and he hit some shots. He hit some shots despite the busted up hand. He can hit shots from time to time. Just he just doesn't do it consistently. But that's his game, you know. We've seen this before. You know, it's we saw this a little over 10 years ago, right? Derrick Rose, same kind of player.
Yeah.
Explosive, dynamic, does great stuff on the floor. You just hope it can last because that style of play, history has shown it cannot.
Yeah,
But
that collision, that charge that LeBron took late in the game last night, that's interesting because Ja was way the hell up there. It's just pretty
it
much
lit,
looked like he's trying to set on his chest pretty much while LeBron was standing up.
yeah, but it was a clear charge from what I
Oh yeah.
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to find a way to get out of the way of that, which Ja usually does. That's nothing new for him. But yeah, I would have said the Lakers clear favorites in the East. I mean, I'd still say they are. They're up 3-2 right now, but it's playoff basketball, man. I guess you never you having a good idea in the first round, but I didn't predict even with Giannis out, Milwaukee being down 3-1, 3-1 to Miami. Like I said, Miami's a tough 8 seed, but to be up 3-1 on Milwaukee, man, no way. Didn't see that coming. Okay. Yeah, Clippers Suns playing right now. My score hasn't updated. So, okay, 14-13. So, not much has changed there. All right. So, Lakers. How impressed are we with what we've seen from them so far? I'm very impressed. That's clearly they have clearly upped their defense with Darvin Ham, which that's what they brought him in to do. It's a much better defensive team than they were a year ago, like, light years difference. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
They couldn't
insane
stop
the difference.
anything last season.
Yeah, well, it was all a bunch of old guys. It's all a bunch of LeBron's buddies, and
Yeah.
LeBron's my age, and so that's not going to work. Bring in some, you finally bring in some younger guys that will actually complement LeBron and AD in their game and play defense. So are the Lakers legitimate title contenders right now? Do you give them a realistic shot to at least be in the mix to get to the finals?
If they take Memphis in 5 games, yes. That would that'd make my decision for me, but I don't know. I mean, as long as LeBron's on the team, they've got a chance, I think.
Mm, if LeBron and AD were on the team, they got a chance. If they were both out there on the floor and healthy, they got a chance. Um, I guess you'd have to say yes, but I don't believe it. I
No.
almost feel the same about them as I do like Memphis. Like they're in the mix, but you don't believe in it. You know what I mean? It's like Memphis is a 2 seed, but I don't see them getting past the Warriors if they somehow come back and win this series.
How's that? Who's next on the agenda? The
Believe
winner.
that's how I believe that's how the bracket's set up.
Hey, I'm
Win-
not looking at the bracket.
Winner gets the well, I'm not looking at it either, but I did like, a day or two ago. I think the winner, yeah, Lakers Grizzlies winner gets the Dubs or the Kings. and
Yep.
I'm gonna say it's the Warriors. They just got to find a way to win. They just got to find a way to win on the road. Like I said, just get one and go from there. I guess you got to win. No, yeah, you just got to win one on the road. I think that's on. I think I'm doing math right. If you're Golden State, but that's what I kind of think about the Lakers. They're good. I guess they're technically should be in the mix. They've shown that they can play with at least Memphis, and probably anybody because it's a fairly even Western Conference, at least as far as the top tier teams. But I don't believe it. I'd be surprised if they got past the Warriors around two. Then I'll wake up. But even then, you'll probably have to deal with the Suns or the Nuggets. It's
Yeah.
going to be one of those two, I would think. And then if you get to the finals, you got to deal with probably Boston. Now that'd be my pick right now, just based on what we've seen out of Milwaukee and Giannis.
Still sticking with the Suns.
I mean, that's a good pick. They're at what, up 3-1 and probably going to get it done against the Clippers. That's a good draw if you're Phoenix because Clippers aren't the I don't know, they're not what their seed kind of indicates they are. Well, maybe they are. I don't know. But you got Westbrook. You got Westbrook and Kawhi's not healthy. Of course, he hasn't been for 2 years now. When he's right, but he hasn't been that. And I haven't has Paul George even playing? I haven't seen him out there. I haven't watched enough of that series to know.
No, I think I may have watched 3 minutes total of that series.
Yeah, and I've heard no news from Paul George. I haven't heard anything from him since he was shut down and during the regular season, to hopefully get back in time for the playoffs. But I think Phoenix will roll through that round. That could be the a smart pick and have Phoenix coming out of the West. Okay, so we'll jump to baseball a little bit. Which, by the way, did the Hogs go on a losing streak or something? Because I saw that they jumped down in the standings a little bit.
Yeah, they I believe they got swept by Georgia. That was a weird series that started on Thursday. I thought they won Thursday night's game, but apparently they didn't. But yeah, I don't think they got the doors blown off of them, but yeah, they lost three straight to them. I don't think we've won a series in Georgia since like 2012 or something like that. It's been a minute. Yeah, it's
Weird,
weird, strange,
because they're
but
not. When have you heard from Georgia baseball? You know,
yeah,
you haven't.
I think they may have broke the top 10 in rankings. I think they're at 10, but I think Hogs dropped back to like 6 or 7.
Well, yeah, they're like 30-10 overall now. I think like 11. Yeah, they're 11-7 in SEC play. I think they're behind LSU in the West. So nothing to slouch about, But
No,
um, I did take a look at the standings. Man, Ole Miss has dropped off from winning it all. Right? I mean, they are 3-15 in SEC play. I believe that's what it said today.
say it was a little bit of drop off was expected, but yeah, not stepping off a cliff.
No, yeah, not bottom of the West. Like go from winning the whole thing to winning the national championship to 3-15 in SEC play. And that's all less than a year ago. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of those guys went pro, but still,
Yeah,
um, yeah, they do that everywhere else. Arkansas reloads every year, and
still can't win the damn thing.
that's true. It's where would you rather be though? Like, would you rather be have had that national championship and be at the bottom of the division this year, or you know Final Four team, and then which feels weird to say in baseball,
Yeah,
but semifinalist, and losing to the national champion, or and being like in the position they're in right now. You know what I mean? It's like it's like asking, would you rather have like would you rather be like a Gonzaga where you're in it every year, like you have really good teams every year, but you never win it, or would you rather be like an Auburn under Gene Chizik? You you get that one really good special season, you win it all, and then it's kind of all just downhill from there. I like. Uh, is Dave? Would you bet money on Dave Van Horn winning one before he calls it quits? Like
Yes.
if you had to, if your life depended on it, it doesn't. But if your life depended on it, would you bet that Arkansas would win one
Yes.
before DVH calls it quits? Going with
Yes.
yes, huh?
Yes. It's well, yeah. Then I would say it's got to happen. I mean, hell, he's went what 12 freaking times he's taken us there,
To the College World Series. I don't know. Gosh, it's been that many times.
dude. It's been a lot, like a lot. I mean, hell, all we had to do was catch a freaking foul ball. But
Yeah,
no,
I still think that was a more difficult catch than people have made it out to be, at least Arkansas fans. Should the ball have been caught? Yes, it should have. But
should the second baseman have over pursued to get the ball?
it should have been left fielder's, or excuse me, fielder's ball, right? Am I
Yes.
remembering
Yeah.
this right?
Yep.
I mean,
Yep. Should have been right field ball.
that's his job to call it off. But then again, it's gosh, it's a bang bang play. We don't let's just leave
And
that
I'm
in the
depressed
past.
again.
Yeah, let's just leave that in the past. We don't have to bring up hurtful memories. I remember listening to it on the radio. I'm going to
I
talk
remember
about
seeing
something
it
else
and just
now.
going, "Oh shit."
Yeah, I heard it on the radio. So I didn't see it, but I saw the social media reaction. And here we are still talking about it. But yeah, Hogs 11-7 in league play right now, looking good. The softball team 35-13 overall, 11-7 in league play, third overall in the SEC. So it doesn't look like they're going to get their third straight SEC regular season championship, but still looking good. Deifel got her 300th win. Um, so things still looking good for Razorback softball. Okay, I'll end on this. Okay, no. All right, we'll stick with baseball. All right. Tampa Bay 20-3 right now overall, 14-0 at home. Still a very ridiculous run differential. 157 runs scored, 64 runs allowed. And the NL Central, so Tampa Bay, huge surprise still to me. And the NL Central just looks dumb right now. Pittsburgh's at the top of the standings. The Cardinals are next to last. Of course, the Reds are at the bottom, but Cardinals next to last at 9-14. It's just weird. Things need to change there. So weird so far. Tampa Bay dominating the AL East, and Pittsburgh's atop the NL Central. So it's getting a little weird in MLB baseball, but we'll stay tuned and see what happens. But we're out of time. We're gonna go watch playoff basketball, and we'll see y'all next week, same time. Deuces, y'all.